Hello, I'm John Fox and I'm channel John West. I'm having a Braid adventure. I'm about to begin World 4. Time and place. Visiting his parents' home for a holiday meal, Tim felt as though he had regressed to one of those long ago years when he lived under their roof, oppressed by their insistence on upholding strange values which, to him, were meaningless. Back then, bickering would erupt over drops of gravy spilt onto the tablecloth. Escaping, Tim walked into the cool air towards the university he'd... Let me try that again. I'm going to take a sip of this as well, actually. It's very hot, but Yes. Escaping, Tim walked into the cool air towards the university he'd attended after moving out of his parents' home. As he distanced himself from that troubling house, he felt the embarrassment of childhood fading into the past. But now he stepped into all the insecurities he'd felt at the university, all the panic of walking a social tightrope. Tim only felt relieved after the whole visit was over. Sitting back home in the present, steeped in contrast, he saw how he'd improved so much from those old days. This improvement, day by day, takes him ever closer to finding the princess. If she exists, she will transform him and everyone. He felt his trip that every place stirs... Let me try that again. He felt on his trip that every place stirs up an emotion, and every emotion invokes a memory, a time, a location. So couldn't he find the princess now, tonight, just by wandering from place to place and noticing how he feels? A trail of feelings, of awe and inspiration, should lead him to that castle in the future, her arms enclosing him, her scent filled him with excitement, creates a moment so strong he can remember it in the past. Immediately, Tim walked out of his door the next morning towards whatever the new day held. He felt something like optimism. The pit! So, it's looking rather familiar, but if we walk to the right... See that? So let's try that again, just showing you the gimmick. So time goes forwards when I move right. Time goes backwards when I move left. Obviously things that have the green shimmer, those things are not affected by time travel. So I move him forwards, he collects the key, I rewind. Like so. I can even bring him back. Forwards, back. Forwards. But of course I want to rewind him. Like so. And the key should go with me. There we go. Now I can unlock the door. But I've been John Fox and John West, no jigsaw piece of this level. I've been having a great adventure.